Hello friends, you're with a Lonesome Gamer and I'm still playing 1837 and it's probably will go on for a couple of videos. So we are in phase 4. That means the 2 trains are gone and the 1 G trains are gone. The 4 trains are already permanent. And the Southern Railway formed. That happened with the purchase of the first 4 train. A lot of the coal companies are gone. There's basically only 4 left, and none of them has a train. And of course, all the miners, the orange miners, are also gone. They all fell into the Southern Railway. Right now, this guy is dominant. He's doing extremely well. He has the most cash, about 400 bucks. I guess he might also have the most shares. And that's the main thing. He controls at the moment 2,000 bucks, which is incredible. This company has 1,300. This company has 350, and that company has about 320. So completely insane. And this company is sitting on 3 trains, one of them permanent. However, I think there's a very good chance that this player will dump the Moravian Silesian Railway on him. He's sitting on 3 shares of that company. It's not a terribly good railway, and it is possible for him to buy the permanent train out of that railway, either into the Bosnia-Herzegovina or into one of these minor companies. And then there is only a 3 train in here and about 150 bucks. So that's the only thing that I can see that might actually stop him. But even then, you know, I mean, he's got so much money. We'll see how that all works out. Now we're going into the second OR of this cycle. There's only 2 ORs at the moment, and we start again with the mountain railroads and then with the miners. But before we do this, he has the option to exchange his minor railroads for a share. And this one here, the LRB, but as you can see, none of them has a train. I'm not going to exchange that one, obviously. I want the money and I want to somehow transfer the money into this one. But I'm going to exchange the LRB for a share of the Tisha Railway. There we go, and we're going to get an exchange share for that. There we are. I'm not going to exchange the MLB. I can see there's a real risk that I get a second company dumped on me, the Karl Ludwigs Railway. And while I had the feeling, okay, the Moravian Silesian Railway is in a really good situation, it's placed well, that was my impression, and therefore I thought I will not see a dump. I thought I can risk it. I'm not willing to risk it with the Karl Ludwig. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to sell the Karl Ludwig's share and then in the next operating round, or maybe even, I think I can also do it at the start of a stock round, I might consider exchanging this one for a share, but not right now. It's just one run that I lose, and I think I can, that's okay. Okay. This guy, on the other hand, he's sitting on 400 bucks here. And I wonder if I should, I think I wanna, it's not that easy. I mean, I could exchange the BB for a share of the Bosnia. And there's basically nothing, I mean, it brings me mainly advantages because the BB will not make any money. However, I can use the BB's tile action to make sure that I get a connection here before some other asshole starts to block me off. And that might actually be worth it because, you know, the Bosnia is not connected yet, so they're gonna need to kind of connect to that. And yeah, if for some reason one of these players, just for fun, lays a track in another way, it's gonna be hard for me to hook up with this area, and I definitely want to avoid that. And actually, yeah, that was maybe a missed opportunity for the owners of these two. They maybe should have done that. But it doesn't matter now. I was lucky here, and I'm going to keep that option. And this is worth a share for me, for this turn at least. And I'm going to exchange it then in the next OR. Yeah, the MLB did nothing at all. The BB did a connection here. So we have now a connection from here, from Bosnia to Vienna, and the EHS will use all its money to buy A2 G train. And yeah, okay, nice. And I guess that's it. Then we come to the minor railways. So it's the Kaiser Franz Josef. They are here north of Vienna, and they have a massive run with their 2G train. They can start here at the EOD, go down here, that one, up here, take these two through Prague, and then here, and then Vienna. Really strong run. They're gonna make, let's see what they make. 10, 20, 40, 80, 90, 100. That's 160 bucks for a coal company. Might have been the best run until now. So now it's the Pest-Weizen Railroad, the #1 Hungarian miner, and they don't have a train. So I guess it rusted or something. So what I gotta do here, I got a lot of money in here, but it's not enough to buy a train from the bank. So I will, I don't like to do it, but I gotta get rid of this money. I gotta get this out of the company because I will not be able to get control over the Hungarian. This guy here has 2 miners, so he will get 2 shares, and he is, well, I mean, he doesn't have that much money, but the problem is the Hungarian shares cost 175 bucks, which is insane. So if I really want to go into a race about buying these Hungarian shares, I can afford 3 shares or so. And I'm quite a bit behind in shares, so I need to use my money to get as many shares as possible. And I only have about 500. So I don't think, I don't think I'm going to invest in Hungarian shares. I think I prefer to invest in shares of the KK, which are significantly cheaper. They only cost 120 bucks. That seems to make more sense to me. There's a lot of timing going on here. For example, the KK must run when the first 4+1 is purchased. That means there are still 2 trains out there before I must open it. So maybe I could get another run with these 2 guys, and they make me a lot of money, especially this one. I mean, I make about, I don't know, 180 bucks or so of these 2 companies, just when they run both ones. That's really good. But it's hard to predict what is going on here. There is a lot of cash. No, there's actually not that much cash in here. These guys will definitely buy a couple of trains. These guys, maybe 2. So it is possible that we actually see the 4+1 fall. I don't know. I really don't know. I think this is that's a tough choice. You know, I guess I'm going to do it. I'm going to transfer the 3 train over here, and I'm going to spend all my money. And maybe I get another run with the Pest Weizen then, and you know, that's fine. That gives me a couple of bucks. But I wonder if the 2G might actually make me more money than the 3 train. That's an interesting question. Maybe it does. 3, 4, that's 90, that's 120. If I upgrade that, I sit at 130. And here, I make 120. So I could make more money with the 2G. You know, actually, I think I want to do this. I'm going to buy the 2G instead. And I'm going to leave this thing in here. And the thing is, this is actually also interesting. I don't think I necessarily have to convert all my miners of this railroad when I want to open it. I just have to convert this one. And maybe I then get a chance to run the 3 train once more. I don't know that, but it's possible. And then we got the 2G, and that can make good money starting from up here down to Budapest. So I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a try. So again, this guy now can prepare for the dump of the Moravian Silesian Railway. I basically got 2 choices. One thing is already clear. I cannot dump it completely without a train. 1 train will remain in here. But that's fine, you know, it's the 3, which is not a terribly good one. It will rust pretty soon anyway, so who cares? And there's also not a lot of cash in there. But the question is, do I want to buy the 4 train into the Bosnia-Herzegovina, or do I want to buy it into the Mohacs Fünfkirchner? And so the Mohacs sits here in Fünfkirchen. And, you know, I mean, when they run the 4 train, it really isn't that impressive. It's basically all they can do is from here all the way to Budapest. That is a run 60, that's $100 with a 4 train. I mean, that's really, really bad. If I manage to place a token of the Bosnia, for example, here, I got a 3+1, a 4, and then a second 4. You know, I could run the 3+1 down here, for example, and yeah, between Wien and here. Oops. But then what? It's tricky. I mean, I could eventually run the 4 train here, but I don't really have an option to run the other one. Okay, I think I'm gonna buy the train into the Mohacs-Fünfkirchener Railway. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to control the Hungarian. I'm close to my certificate limit at the moment. Eventually, all these privates will go away, and then, you know, I have basically 3 free slots again. But apart from that, I'm already at 19. If I counted that right, and we have a certificate limit of 21. So I'll be only allowed to buy 2 more shares, and yeah, we'll see. My goal is to dump this stuff anyway, so we'll see. But I think that makes sense. And then it's the Pest-Cegléd Railway now, and they have a 3+1, which is the perfect train to run to Vienna. And I already want to prepare a possible connection here with this city for the Bosnia. So we'll see. But right now, I run the 3+1, and that gives me 50, 80, 90, $150. Perfect. Okay, I've got an interesting tokening decision here to make. I think what I want to do is I want to make a connection probably here. Or maybe here. I'm not totally positive. And then bring a token into here. It's not easy. The thing is, I could also place one here. Now, I know, and I probably see that, I can imagine that this guy here, the Bosnian player, might be willing to place, for example, a token here. And that kind of sucks because it closes me off. And yeah, that's not good. However, I only have 1 token left. If I place a token here, that's bad for him, which is good for me. But he can backtrack here when it comes to token placement, and he could place a token here. So in the end, it's not that terrible for him. The other option that I have is to place the token here. And I think this is the option I want to go with. Now, of course, it might be even better to wait until we have an upgrade. And then we could, for example, maybe place a token in Budapest. That would be awesome. But the problem is simply, I don't know if I'll be the one who gets the chance to do it. So therefore, I am pretty sure I'm going to place my token here instead of here. This gives me this route here. Eventually these will connect, and then I might get the option to go like this with a 5 train, for example. If I can get one. Or I can use a 4 train and simply run like that, which is also nice. So, I'm going to roll a die again. I think I don't really need a token here. It doesn't do me that much good. Yeah, no, I want my token here. I think that's more important for now. Okay, so the good thing is this costs me only 40 bucks. Oh, first I have to lay a tile. Now, do I want a straight or do I want a curve? That's another interesting choice. If I lay a curve, well, it doesn't matter that much, I guess. I think I'm going to lay a straight. I can still do the curve later. I'm going to do it like that. This allows me possibly the route here with a 4 train from Budapest to Vienna. That would be really nice. Okay, and then I'm going to spend the 40 bucks and I'm going to place the token here. Now that gives him that spot, but you know, I think it's okay. And so actually I rolled a die and it says, I said on a 6 I'm going to place it here. I don't think that's very clever, but I'm going to do it. These are the kind of decisions that bring a little bit of variety into the game. And in this case, I think it was dumb because eventually he might get cut off here from Budapest. But maybe on the other hand, he can do an additional run into Vienna if he goes like this, for example, and then it might be okay again. So, but yeah, I think it's pretty much a waste for now. Yeah, well, that wasn't great. But okay, he did it. Now he can run the trains. Well, actually, he's got 1. So this is a 3 train. And that will allow him to, yeah, simply go like this. I think that's the best he has at the moment. So he runs for 130 and he pays that out. So I'm thinking about how many trains I want to buy. And yeah, this is again a tough decision. I got a lot of money. I am actually considering buying 2 trains. I think I want to do it. I think I'm going to get the 4 train and the 4E. And then, well, I got 250 bucks left in here. That's not a lot, but maybe if I do a swallow later, I don't know, I mean 200 bucks. Depends on how much I make. It's going to be hard to get a 3rd train into the company. Maybe a 4+1. I mean, that would be great. It's not impossible. They are not super expensive. If I run for about 300 or something, and I could imagine that if I have 3 trains, I think I can make a really good run. Maybe if I swallow next turn again, there might be a chance for me to get this one, but it's tricky. It's tricky because I'm also train locked next turn, so I can maybe get... But if I only buy 1 train, it also kind of sucks. But I mean, then I have 700 bucks left. That's a tough choice. Maybe I should only buy a single train and then buy a better train next turn. I could buy a 5 train next turn. But is a 5 train that much better than a 4E? I mean, that really depends. Not necessarily. I think if I look at my situation here, you know, I can run the 4 here, for example. I might be able eventually to run a 4, I don't know, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of like that. So I don't really know if I even need a 5 train. I don't think so. Again, I'm going to roll a die on a 1 to 5. I'm going to go for the 2 trains. Okay, so that's what we do. We buy a 4E and a 4 plus 1. What? No, wait a minute. That was wrong. I got to buy the 4 and the 4E. There we go. Okay, that's 970 bucks. And there goes all my impressive money. There we go. The problem is now, of course, when a company gets dumped on me, which is not unlikely, well, there's no problem. I mean, I can be happy if I have as many trains as possible in such a case. So the cheap trains might not be bad. Okay, so we got these 2 next. And I think the 4 plus 1... Now what happened? Let's see, we got a 4E. Now the Hungarian may form. So this guy can now decide to open the company. And he doesn't want that. He would immediately lose presidency, and yeah, that's not what he wants. He has a train in the past Weichen that he just purchased. So that doesn't make a lot of sense for him. Okay, so that's that. And yeah, we continue. Did I pay out? Yeah, I think I did. I think I didn't. I gotta check that. It's the Bosnia, and they're not too happy because of that token. This is a bit of an issue for them. So they, first of all, they need this one, and oh, that was the last one. Look at that. If I had stolen that, and I could have done that, I could have really fucked these guys up. Yeah. I could have upgraded this one, for example. Oh boy. Okay, well, that didn't happen. He was lucky there. That's always a risk. I've seen it happen once in my first game. That guy was in real trouble because the BB cannot help with that specific connection. Right? They cannot backtrack here. So these things can go really wrong. So, okay. And now he has the connection. And that means he can now lay a token. And he has to do it, basically. The only question is where. I mean, this seems like a natural place to go. But he does not have a G-train. That's his big issue. So in this case, it's not that useful. That would have been awesome, but now I can't go there anymore. And this actually leaves me with quite a bit of trouble. I got 2 trains. Where do I go? I could go here, I could go here. But you know, I mean... Okay, I mean from here, I can at least run the 3 plus 1. And I could run the 4 train down here. It is possibly the best I have. And then I might get a chance to connect here, and then I'm okay. It's not great, but I guess that's the token I need. Yeah, so let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can backtrack here. I already said that before. So that means it's 4. I got to spend 80 for that token. There we go. And now I'm jumping into here. Yeah, and that is, I mean, it's a clear difference, right? If I would have been here, I would have been in a fantastic position. Here, it kind of sucks. And I don't know when the 5 train is purchased. That could still take a little bit, right? And, that is then the one that would have unlocked that. But yeah, okay. For now, I gotta live with that. At least I can run my 2 trains. And so yeah, I guess I do the... Not that it mattered. The 4 and the 3+1, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna run the 3+1 here, I guess, for 100, 130, 40, 50, 60. So that's 160. And of course I'm going to pay out. Isha is in a very strange position. They have a good permanent train for now, but they only have that one train and they only have 250 bucks. And I'm not sure how I can improve that situation. In addition, it's weird, right? I mean, it doesn't really feel too great, although it's not that bad either. So I thought I had 2 ideas. The first one would be somehow to connect in here. And if this upgrades, I might be even able to lay a token here at Budapest. So this is interesting, but I had a crazy idea. If I go that way here, I might be able to build through here and eventually hook up here, and then I have a massive run with my 3G train. And there is not a lot of other things that I can do for now, so I might as well try that. And you know, it's not too expensive. I possibly have to pay 1 terrain here to cross the mountains somewhere, but that's it. And yeah, if it works out, it's great. So I might go for that. I just don't know what I can do with that company otherwise. Yeah, they are not in a fantastic position for the moment. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, right now we're making 10, 40, 50, 60, 70, 110, 150. That's okay, but it's not really great. But with a single train, what do you expect? Okay, so with the Galician, what I did is they also have a 3G train. And they thought, hey, all this sounds like a crazy idea. Maybe we can really build a connection here in the north. You know, this guy is starting here, and he thought about making a massive connection here to Budapest. So that sounds cool. And he would be perfectly on board with that. So he said, okay, great, I help you here. So he also has a 3G, he ran also for 150, and now what he does is, he throws 300 bucks in here and buy the 3 train, because I want money here. And now the Transylvanian, they're not quite sure what the plan is already, actually. I thought about, wait a minute. 1, 2, yeah, that doesn't sound so bad. So maybe I'm gonna leave this here for now. Okay, so that was my tile lay. And the Transylvanian can run a 2G train. And technically, my goal is, I wanna buy these 2 trains. The 4+1 and the 4+2, and I wanna keep them both in the Transylvanian. Because I think I can use that thing to make a good run from Budapest here in this area, and then we see. Yeah, it's not that, but you know, it's a good start. And I got $1,000, 1,050, 60, I got 1,068. So I'm missing exactly $2 to be able, that's not quite true. I'm missing 12 to be able to buy these 2 trains. But if I run the G train, I get $25. And then I'm okay. So that's what we do. So I run the train. I think it was running for 100. Yeah, the train runs from here, runs for 100. That's not great, but it's okay for now. At that point, I'm going to spend $1,080. That's a lot of cash to buy these 2 trains. Now the train limit is still free, so I can do it. That means that I'm pretty much, I'm not going for a big G train, obviously. So I kind of hope to make the best out of it. And as I said, I can definitely run a 4+2 in a reasonable manner that way. And yeah, we see how the 4+1 works. Maybe I can do something down here, and maybe somehow, for example, again Budapest in this manner here. The problem is I need, we'll see. It's not clear how that works out. But this is probably my best choice. The Transylvanian, they're not that great located down here. It's hard to get anywhere if you are in this eastern area of the map. It's much harder, okay. The purchase of the 4+1, that also means that the KK now must form. And actually all of them, the miners must convert. Yeah, there's no choice here. But that's okay for me. I am prepared for that. I'm okay with that. So let's do it. So the KK was formed, and they start with more than $1,500. This is nuts. They only received 840, but there was so much money in the miners, especially in Heer's miner companies, that they now started really with a ton of cash. And that's great. No question here. So let's see. I got the tokens, and 2 of them are actually placed here. And I can choose one of these tokens for Vienna, which one I want. I think I'm gonna keep the one in the northeast. Now that doesn't give me access to this, but it allows me to use all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with a 4G train, and maybe I get a chance to somehow get another train. And then I can place a token somewhere here maybe. And that looks like it's a reasonable idea. So let's find, there we go. So we got that one here now. And we need one more token for the chart, and they start at $120. In the next turn, obviously. Okay. I think, let's see. Yeah, that's all that happens. Okay, when the first 5 train is purchased, the UG must form, the 4Gs become available, and the non-majors close. All of them. And yeah, of course, the brown tiles are also available then. So now the Moravian is operating, and so he's still preparing that dump. So he built for $50 a tile here, and then he laid a token up there for $80. The reason why he did that is this player will eventually control the Hungarian. And he really does not want the Moravian to place a tile here and in this way block the entrance to Vienna. So his idea is I can place a tile here. In addition to the fact that it might prevent that from happening, it will also screw this guy over, because now he's got a serious problem to make to run a good G train in this area. This blocks a lot of that. I'm not even sure if there is a way to that he can work that out really well. Maybe, I mean, it's going to be really hard for him to figure something out here. So, yeah, there is, of course, the threat that this guy will then place a token here. But, you know, I cannot avoid, it's going to happen probably anyway. And in this way, I can spend 40 bucks and I can screw everybody over who wants to do something there, except for the Bohemian, and because they already have a token there. So I kind of think that that might be cool for me. And then there's not a lot I can do. I run for 110 bucks and I'm going to pay that out. So the Karl Ludwig Railway runs, and they're going to swallow 200 bucks. And then they're going to buy the train from the Tisha Railway, the 3G train over for, well, pretty much everything I got. And now I got a lot of cash in here, 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 850. So I'm hoping to get the chance to buy the 4G. Got to spend 150 out of pocket, but that's going to be okay. Yeah, I hope so at least. And yeah. Okay. But yeah, if I got the 4G, I can really make a massive run here. We're continuing to build here. Shouldn't be so hard to do that if we got basically all these railways working together here. That should work out. Okay, and the last one operating in this OR is the Bohemian. And we might also see a swallow here, because the guy, he's nearly at the share limit, and at that point he might prefer to have a little more money in his companies, especially when that one comes to him. Okay, so the Bohemian runs for 340. That is incredible. They have this very strong 2 train all the way here, and yeah, they got that 4 train. Now, the thing is, if I swallow, and I will, I got the cash to buy a 4G once it is unlocked. I'm thinking about, but that's too expensive, I guess. I thought about placing a token here, but yeah, I cannot afford that. This is simply too expensive. That doesn't work out. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna swallow 340. And that will bring me in an excellent position to get a 4G train. Okay, so we are now in the stock round, and this guy had priority. He already sold the first Moravian, and then he purchased a Imperial Royal Austrian State Railways. And now this guy, he will dump the Moravian. Now he can only sell 4 of his shares, because 1 is already sitting in the bank pool, and we have a 50% limit. But that's enough because this guy has 3, so now he ends up with the presidency. There we are, bad news for him. So it's 4 shares, and even if you sell more than 1 share, share value drops only 1 space. So he makes 20, how much is that? 4 times 8. I guess that's 320, 4 times 7, 348? Maybe. Okay, so one question came up for me. I wasn't sure at which value these shares are traded, because there's no real par value for the Southern. It just says this is the starting value. So I'm not quite sure if this is traded for market value or for the starting value. I'm going to trade it for the starting value. It seems to make more sense to me, because basically the companies receive money 142 times the number of shares in here, plus the money from the exchange companies. So therefore, I'm gonna trade the companies in the starting offer. I'm gonna trade them for $142. So I'm at the end of the stock round, and everybody is at the limit now. It's 21 is the certificate limit. This guy massively purchased shares of the KK. He invested heavily in the UG, which will not run this OR, but he's hoping that it runs next OR. I don't know, and the others kind of diversified. He purchased a couple of SDs, and yeah, he's sitting on this MS here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Player's still having a lot of cash. He still has about $500. He only has 275, but he purchased pretty expensive stuff here. That's a little odd. Why does he have so much money? That's weird. I hope it's not the money from here, but I don't think so. No, I purchased the 3G from here. The money is all in here. Yeah, I'm not sure why I do have that much money, but it's okay. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And we see now finally a couple of shares in the bank pool here. And I guess that's it. We have these guys. They will exchange. I mean, this guy will definitely exchange the MLB for a CL share. So that goes away. And he will exchange the BB for a Bosnia share, and the money goes in here. There we go. There's the share. Okay. And he wants to run the EHS one more time. And I guess, yeah, that's now the last company which is actually still running. Because it is, yeah, it's part of the T-Shah, which is still not quite sold out. Interesting. Okay, so that's it for now. I'm gonna load this up. Hope to see you on the next video.